What's up and welcome to the first video of the niche training. We're going to be talking about how to find products on AliExpress that actually sell. A massive problem I see in a Facebook group, online, on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook page is people sell the wrong stuff. They sell stuff that's just really not going to sell. And there's a few reasons why. It's too broad, the criteria is not very good, it's not a popular product. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through, I'm not going to tell you how you should do your research. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you how I do mine, and then you can kind of take that away and figure out your own things, teach yourself new tricks, all that sort of stuff. But this way has worked for me for a long time. I've found multiple six-figure products doing it this way. I have one of my main products is still going, and it's made me well over six figures, and I've been selling it for about 8 months now. So all you need is that one product, and if you follow these criterias, you should be able to find very good products that are going to make you 4 figures, 5 figures, 6 figures, right? And this is really probably the most efficient way of doing it. It's the way most people do it, so it's really just a general way of doing it. But I'm going to show you how I do it, and we'll run through that, and hopefully we can find you some good products you can sell and start making some money with e-com. So to find my products, I use a website called StumbleUpon, which we'll go through in a second. My interest. And to find more interest, I go to discoverahobby.com as well, and we'll go through that throughout this module. So one thing I want to cover, right, is one of the main problems with finding a product is like people go too broad. So when you look at these like fitness, sports, survival, fishing, bracelets, drinking, what does that mean to you? Like these are just some kind of general niches. Like what does that mean to you? Would you just go into AliExpress and type fitness in the search bar and just pick a random product? Because you know what? Most people do. The same with sports. Would you go into sports and just find a random product in the sports niche? Probably, because that's what a lot of people do. So what we need to do is actually dial down and get inside these niches and find more specific niches inside these, because these don't really mean anything. Like, what does fishing mean? What does survival mean? What does sports mean? Right? So this is kind of how I go about that. So let's just start with fitness. So fitness I've marked in red. It's a broad niche. Fitness has lots of products, lots of niches inside it. But what I want to do is I want to do things like yoga, running, weightlifting, gymnastics. These are the types of people I'm going to target on my Facebook campaigns. So I'm going to be selling, I would want to sell products in these types of like sub-niches, right? So if you're going to go with fitness, pick something inside of fitness. Same with sports. We've got golf, basketball, soccer, tennis. I don't even know if that's spelt right. Is it spelt right? No, it's not spelt right. There we go. So as you can see, I'm kind of like dialing down into these main niches, and this is like 99% of the people I see that do this stuff. They'll go into AliExpress, they'll just throw in a word, and then they'll just pick a random product, right? You can't just pick a random product. You need to actually do some research, dial down what's working, is it passionate, all that sort of stuff. So we've got survival, and in survival you would have things like camping, preppers, natural disasters, outdoors. Natural disasters, you could find products, that people would store in case of natural disasters, like survival kits, emergency beacons, things like that, right? So you're looking at, you're going to target people that, it's basically preppers and all that sort of stuff. You're going to target places that have a high rate of natural disasters like earthquakes. And I know in New Zealand we have a lot of earthquakes. So I would target New Zealand with some natural disaster products. Just lots of like heat blankets, just heaps of stuff like that. Like you want to dial down and target a specific thing inside of the broader niche. Now fishing, one of my favorites. I make a lot of money in fishing. It's one of my main niches. And do you know why? Because I target a specific niche inside there. So trout fishing, bass fishing, salmon fishing, saltwater fishing. I do very, very well in the trout fishing niche. If you have seen my live videos in my Facebook group, you'll know why, but I probably will talk about that more in this module, one of my products, my micro niche products. I do very well in that niche. But you see, I didn't just go straight for fishing, right? I went down and trout fishing is my main one, and then there's also bass fishing, salmon fishing. So if you went onto AliExpress and you found some fishing lures, right? You wouldn't just target all of these, would you? Because that's too broad. You might find some bass fishing lures. You'll target just bass fishing or salmon fishing, or even like, let's got another one here, carp fishing. right? Carp fishing as well. Or you could do like night fishermen, people that fish at night. You could sell them fishing torches and stuff like that, which I actually I'm going to show you in this video a torch that I sell. So there's a lot of really niches inside these main ones, but people miss them because they're too worried about the whole specific niche, and it's really the biggest downfall when you're actually trying to do niche research. You're really just getting a bad head start there. Bracelets, man, this is one of the niches that really grinds my gears, because people will send me their sites and they're like, I'm selling bracelets, right, but I'm not making any money because they're selling just normal bracelets. There's no value to these bracelets. There's no passion. There's nothing there that's going to entice people to buy. So with bracelets, you want to do things like, same with necklaces and all sorts of jewelry. You want to do things like animals, horoscopes, religion, friendship bracelets, right? These are going to be your target audiences on Facebook, and these are going to be your products. So an animal bracelet, horoscopes, and I'll show you some examples in the next slide. And then drinking, which is actually quite a popular niche. I do sell products in this as well, and we're going to be actually using a product that we find in this video as an example throughout this course. So drinking, you do beer, wine, parties, college, right? Because college kids love to drink and party and have a good time. So these are your products, right? So you'd find a wine product, and then you'll target wine people that like wine on Facebook or wherever you're advertising. So something like this wouldn't be very good on Instagram, but it will be very good on Facebook. So as you can see, just dial down these main niches, get inside them, and find a tight little audience that, well, not little, you want to be like quite between 500,000 to maybe 1.5 million when you're advertising, but you just want to get in there, dial down those niches, and find really specific niches. Otherwise, you're going to find it very, very, very hard to make money with this method, right? So that's really that for this. I just want you to maybe pause the screen, have a look over it, write down some notes, and just go over this, because it's quite important to understand how niche research actually works. It's not a matter of just finding a random niche, throwing it in AliExpress, getting a random product and selling it. It doesn't work like that at all. So next, I've got a criteria, right? My criteria, 3 things. Is it selling? Okay, because if it's already selling, I've cut out most of my research. I know it's selling. I don't need to figure that out. I know, right? I know it's selling. Does it solve a problem, right? Does it solve a problem? Very good sellers, those ones. Is there passion? Now, I don't have to have all 3 of these in order. It doesn't matter. But these are the 3 criterias that I go for. And if one product is only selling good and it solves a problem, but there's no passion, I'll still try that product. No problem at all. So these are my 3 criteria, okay? And we'll run down the list. So this is an example. We're going to be actually using this product throughout the module because it's actually quite a cool product. So my criteria, this product here, or both of these products, are problem solvers that sell. So if you drink wine, you know that once you take the cork out, you can't put it back in unless you cut it, right? Well, now you don't have to. There's a rubber thing here that you can pop in the top. So it's a problem solver, and it's selling over 4,800 orders at the moment. This one here, it's hard to open jars. This thing opens jars for you, so it's a problem solver. Over 3,000 orders right now. So I know it's selling, and it's a problem solver. All right. These are the big guns when it comes to products, and I'm getting these like for pennies, like 68 cents. Like seriously, I can sell it for $12, $30, $15. So it's good profit margins on these. This one here, this is passion that sells. So as you can see here, we've got religion, which I don't know if I put it. No, I didn't put religion in here. Oh, yes, I did, right? Sorry. So we've got a bracelet that's religious, got a bit of religion in it. This one here is an owl bracelet. So this falls into our animal category. You see where we're going with this? These ones here, drinking, this falls into our beer and wine category, mainly wine. This here doesn't really fall into anything in here because we haven't put it in, but you can do like homeware. So you'll do like cooking, and then you can put that in your cooking category. And then we've got the owl, which is the animal, and then the religious bracelet. So there needs to be something there to sell to people. If it's just a random bracelet with nothing there to sell to people, like what's your sales point? Think to yourself, what's your sales point? Oh, hey, we've got a bracelet here, check it out, come and buy it. Or are you going to be like, hey, check out this owl bracelet, calling all owl fans, just really pushing that owl factor if you're selling one of these. So you've got to think to yourself, can you sell your product? Like, is it a boring product, or is it a product that you can actually sell, right? So what I'm going to do now is show you two products that I've made very good money on. Okay, I didn't really want to share these, but I need to actually share these to give people an example, because there's no point in telling you these things if you've got no examples to go off that have actually worked for me and other people. So I'm going to show you actually three products that I made good money on. One of them hasn't done 6 figures yet, but it's coming up to 6 figures. One of them's done 5, and the other one's done 5. Okay, so I want to show you these because it's very, very important to actually see what other people are selling. A lot of people aren't going to show you, and I don't really want to, but I have actually built up large email lists with these already, so I don't really do many Facebook advertisings anymore. So, and it doesn't really matter actually, because a lot of people sell these anyway, so you've probably seen them around. Right, so these are two products that I've sold. So these both solve a problem. The one on the left, the lamp, didn't work for me. I tried it twice. Didn't work for me, didn't make much sales, really didn't have any luck, right? And then what happened is I was giving it away for free with free plus shipping. But then what happened is after I made the video and all that sort of stuff, after it wasn't working for me the 2 times, I actually decided to put a price on it. So I put a price of, I think it was what was it? It was $9.95 the price. And that actually worked a lot better. And I made like $14,000-$15,000 on these ones, right? It wasn't much, but it's still money. Now this one on the right, this torch, if you're part of my Facebook group, you'll see I made a video about this. I've been selling this torch for a long time. And I was selling it with just images, and it was going good, we're making money. And I decided to order the torch myself after about 6-7 months of selling it, and actually do the video myself. And our sales skyrocketed, went through the roof, just went crazy. And I'll show you why. You'll see the video soon. We run it over and all that good stuff. So I want to show you these, and there's actually this one here, which we'll cover in a minute as well. But I want to show you these videos, okay? So you can get an idea of the kind of stuff I'm doing to generate these sales. The lamp video I just made in Camtasia, which I'm recording on right now. The torch video I actually made at home myself. Didn't take long. It took us probably 10 minutes to do the footage. Took me about 10 minutes to do the actual video, editing it, and that was it. So it's not that hard. The torch cost me $4 to get sent to me. I'm going to actually blank out the logo here because I don't want you to see my store. But as you can see, these are problem-solving products. This one helps people see at nighttime. This one helps people see at their 10 to nighttime. So let's jump into it. I'm going to show you 2 videos, these 2 videos. I'm going to show the torch one first because this is actually my favorite. This turned out so well, and we actually sold it as an unbreakable torch, and it does so well. So check this out. It is an HD, but I'm not going to turn it on because my partner's watching downloading movies at the moment. Alright, so do you notice some things in this video, right? 2 things I want to point out. Running it over, right? Do you know why I did that? Because that's one of my sales points now. We ran over the torch, it didn't break. This is an indestructible torch, right? This is now one of my sales points. So when I have my advert copy and all that sort of stuff, I mention that. We put a 2-ton truck on it. This is my ute, my truck, and we drove on it 3 times and it didn't break, right? And then another point, waterproof, 100% waterproof. It is 100% waterproof. And do you know what? This is another sales point. So now I have 2 sales points in my products, and I am going to be talking about that a lot more during this course. But it makes it easier to sell. Like, can you see the difference here? This torch has 2 sales points I've pointed out. So waterproof, and we ran it over with a truck. You can't do that selling, like if you're selling some random bracelet, where's your sales points? There are no sales points. But if you're selling a bracelet that's about a pet or an animal or a religion, you have a sales point. Like your sales point is the pet. Your sales point is a religion. Your sales point is the horoscope, right? You have a sales point, and it's easy to target those people because you're selling them on that specific point. So if this one, I targeted heaps of things. I targeted camping, fishing, hunting, and our best ones were actually hunting was one of our best ones. We made a fortune on that one, and then the camping wasn't too bad, a lot worse than I thought, and fishing was pretty good as well. So those were our 3 actual targets. Now we're going to start doing more, but that was our sales point: waterproof and indestructible. We literally ran it over. I have the torch beside me right now. Actually, it's still in good condition, just a few scratches on it. So take note, right? Take note of this. You need to find products that have sales points. You can sell them. Like you're going to become a really, really good salesperson by the end of this course, because I'm going to teach you how to sell like a legend. My partner has taught me, and she's very, very good at it. So let's take a look at the next one, right? This one here. This was actually not a very good video. One of the first videos I kind of did on Facebook, and it wasn't the best, but we'll see. It's not too bad. But this took me probably, same 15-10 minutes to make this. Absolutely so easy. I use free images from the internet, stock images, royalty free. And that's it, right? So my sales points in this one didn't really have one at this point. I didn't really know what I was doing on this one, but basically, be the brightest, like be the cool guy at the campsite. So this sold well, not as good as I wanted, but we did, I made money, right? That's all that matters. So I'm not going to sit here and say, man, we made millions of dollars with this, because I didn't. I didn't make much money with this. But, I could have done a better video. The video wasn't the best. But, who cares? It's better than most of the videos that are out there. And it didn't take me long to actually make this. So these are 2 great examples of the kind of work I put in, the effort I put into my stores and all that sort of good stuff. And you don't have to do this, of course, absolutely not. All of this torch video, I made this like months and months after I actually started selling these. I was selling them purely off pictures before that. Made no videos. Now the video took us to the next level, but you don't have to do that, okay? So I just want to show you that, like, I actually just wanted to actually show you some good products, because the problem is I tell people how to do their research all the time on the Facebook group, and they're always like, oh, can you show us some products? And it's hard because I can't, and a lot of you guys don't know what to look for. Or you don't know, why we're doing so well and you're not. Well, the thing is because you need to find the good products, and now I'm showing you right in front of your eyes products that have worked for me. So now let's look at another product, okay? This is one that's done very well for me as well. Not overly well, but it's done okay. These fishing lures, glow-in-the-dark fishing lures. One thing I want to point out, so we're moving on to another segment here, and it's called the viral effect. If you want to make a ton of money on Facebook, I'm talking millions of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you're doing PPE adverts, which we'll talk about later, you need to kind of go viral. And the reason is because that's when it's going to start to bring in huge amounts of money for you. And what I mean by that, going viral, you'll see down here, the bar on the right is my paid traffic. The one on the left is my organic traffic. I'm starting to get more organic traffic than the paid traffic. Now, when that happens, you've got a good post. It's going to start to it's going to get lots of organic free traffic. And that's when you start to get low cost and you start to get more profits. So the viral effect, I haven't actually added it into my criteria here because I don't necessarily always try to get a viral product because I don't know if it's going to go viral. But just like, just do things like this one, I put share this. And that's kind of why it's gone crazy, because it got a lot of shares and a lot of likes and all that. Heaps of people shared this one. So the viral effect can actually make you a ton of money. I've seen products that I think I actually was supposed to show you one, but I've seen one that's got over 300,000 likes and it's just gone mental. So you imagine how much money they've made. So the viral effect is quite an important factor as well. If you have a product that you think will go viral, or you have a product that actually is going viral, but you're not making any money, just keep it running, because eventually the organic traffic's going to kind of even out with the paid traffic, or even overtake the paid traffic, and you're going to have to start to see sales roll in it. It's going to snowball. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Because when the organic traffic starts to creep up on the paid, we know it's getting shared, we know it's getting liked, we know it's getting pushed around Facebook for free without any paid, a lot of it's not paid. So when you see it creeping up like this is actually quite good. This one wasn't very old. When you see it creeping up, don't cancel your advert. Just keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. But we'll talk a lot more about this in the Facebook module. This is just about finding actual products for you to sell. So what we'll do now is we'll actually jump into the internet, the interwebs, the browser, and I'll kind of run through the process that I would do to find niches, so you get an idea of what works for me, and then you can take that and do what you want with it. You can do the same things I do, or kind of put your own twist on it. So let's jump into my browser and we'll start doing that. All right, so as we talked about, this is AliExpress. Don't bother asking me if there's any better drop shipping places out there, because I'm going to tell you that I don't know, because AliExpress really is the best one. It is. People are always trying to say, oh, this one's better, all that sort of stuff. AliExpress is the best one, and and we know that because everybody's using it, right? So AliExpress, that's where you want to be. Now, this is the website Stumble Upon. I will leave a link below for this in the resource area, and then we've also got this one's quite cool, Discover a Hobby, right? So I'm just going to run through this. We'll pick a few things here. Let's just look at boxing real quick, right? Copy this into I'm doing this on the fly as well. I haven't researched this before the video or anything. I want to do it like live for you firsthand. So we're going to go boxing, right? Oh, I don't know what happened there. Boxing. What would be a subcategory of boxing? Well, kickboxing. Kickboxing would be, wouldn't it? Check this out. My new computer, you can push a thing and a little glove comes up. Pretty cool, right? Sorry, I just saw that. Oh, now we're messed up. We're messed up. Lick boxing. God, this is maybe why I shouldn't do it on the fly, right? Lick boxing. All right. Boxing. Kick boxing. So that's a subcategory of boxing. And what else have we got here? We've got well, here, look, this one kind of actually brings up subcategories anyway. So in sports and outdoors, we've got air sports, airplane combat, base jumping, hang gliding, paragliding. So this is actually quite a good site for that. And we've got fencing, golf, gymnastics, horseback riding, ice skating. So these are already actual subcategories. But if we go to Stumble Upon, they're not really subcategories. They are, a whole category. So we've got, let's say cars, right? Let's do cars. We've got cars. We have sports cars. We have drift cars. We have four-wheel drives, so like trucking. We have also trucking 4x4. And actually, I used to sell LED lights in the trucking niche and did very, very well. Right, what else have we got? Drift cars, drag cars. So you see what I'm doing here? I'm literally on the fly right now, just showing you some quick and easy, simple stuff like cars, sports cars, drift cars, trucking, drag cars, right? Just like that, super easy. And then what else have we got? We've got what have we got here? Magic and illusions list. I don't really know what magic would be. Magic. We'll do cards. Actually, magic's probably not really a good example because there's not much. That's probably more of a subcategory for magic. There's probably something there, but I can't think of it right now. What else have we got? Health. So we've got bodybuilding, which would fall under the fitness. We've got self-improvement. So self-improvement would be things like meditation. So self-improvement would be meditation, making money online, all that sort of stuff, but that's not really anything to do with trying to sell products online. So you've got health, so you'll do weight loss, sexual health, physical therapy, so that falls under all the health, right? So let's do fitness would actually be weight loss as well, but we'll just do health. We've got weight loss, we've got sexual health. I don't know if you better sell it on Facebook, but whatever. We've got physical, and we'll that's really it. So we've got health, weight loss, sexual health, physical health. So physical health, you could sell like physical products that obviously improve your health. What have we got now? Home and living. Dogs. Okay, we've got dogs. We could do dogs. Man, we can get crazy with dogs. So I'm going to go dogs, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to Google and go dog breeds. Right? Now I have a whole list of dog breeds. Check this out. Check this out. Let's have a little of a look here. I'm trying to do this without messing. Let's go. So we've got pug, pit bull, beagle, husky, German shepherd. Okay, let's just go off these for now, because you'll get an idea. This is just an idea. I don't want to like drag this on and get you distracted. But you can see all I did is went to Google and Google dog breeds, and I've got dog breeds. Like, it's really so easy. We can do cat breeds. See, there's a subcategories of cats, obviously, because they're different breeds. And you can target most of these on Facebook, right? What else have we got in here? Fish, different types of pet fish. Gardening, home improvement is a massive one. Home improvement, you've got like DIY, you've got building, you've got all sorts of renovations. You've got all good stuff in there. What else we got? Landscaping, homemaking, wine, which we will actually talk about that soon. Then Discover a Hobby is the same, and it has all the little categories. Performing arts, spiritual stuff, food and drink, pets. So look, pets, look, it's got rabbits, ferrets, cats, parrots, reptiles, snakes, turtles. So everything is here, right? This is all I use, is these two websites, okay? That's really it. So simple. These two websites, okay? Stumble Upon and Discover a Hobby. So I'm going to just leave those now. But what I want to put down here is wine, because we're going to actually be using that. So drinking wine, right? Now let's go into AliExpress and do some stuff. Let's work some magic here. So I'm going to go kickboxing. I'm just going to put these in. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going. I've never searched these ever before in my entire life. Orders. So here we go. These kickboxing shorts. It's in my criteria of the high sellers. It is passionate because people like Muay Thai boxing. Now I don't know if there's a copyright or not, so that's something you would have to check out. But it doesn't have e-packet either, which we will talk about at another stage. But this one does. So yeah, that's a okay one. Not really the best. We've got. We'll leave. Well, sports cars is going to be just like. That's probably a bit too generic for this. What do we got here? So really, this comes out with a lot of toys. Not really a good niche. So that's easy. That's cool. We just cross that off our list. Like, how easy is that? And we'll cross off kickboxing because that was not that great either. And we've got drift cars. We're going to go back to... I wanted to show you over the shoulder like the stuff I do. That's really what I want to do because it gives you a better idea of what I'm doing here. Go to orders. And... Oh, it's because I spelled it wrong. Golly gosh. I'm thinking, what does that say that for? So once again, just comes up with RC cars. I mean, you could do the RC niche. So once again, that's not a very good niche, right? Trucking 4x4. I've actually been in this niche before, so I can show you some products that made us over 6 figures, if they show up. See these LED lights? If you've downloaded my free niche book before, you'll know that that's what I talk about, because these made me a lot of money. So let's just say I'll go to trucking 4x4. There's nothing really in here, but what I would do then is I would just go LED lights, which is actually what I did when I was doing this. And then I'll do truck. So this is all I do, guys. I just go through and I just type things. I look. So these ones here, made a killing off these. Don't necessarily have high. Or this one here. See, it's in my criteria. High amount of sales, right? And it solves the problem for the people that go trucking. So it's so easy to find products that are going to work. We know these are working. We know they're selling. Like, what else do we need? We don't need much more than that. So I've made a lot of money off these as well. So that's that one. So then I would copy this, and I'll go, okay, and we found some lights, right? So we found some lights, LED lights. So that will be one of my products. Then we're going to go weight loss. I'm just going to do a few now because it's actually getting quite long. We're going to go weight loss. And orders. What do we got here? Probably not the best. This is kind of like quite spammy stuff. I mean, waist trainers. Are these waist trainers? I do know. Yeah, they are. Waist trainers are very popular, right? So there you go. There's a product. Sexual health, physical health. We'll do physical. I don't really want to do sexual in case some weird stuff pops up. Orders. And it's just weird stuff as well. That's not a very good one either. So we'll just get rid of that entire thing at the moment. Now this is where it gets fun, because I know these are good. So we're going to go pug. I know these are good niches to hit. I've made a lot of money in these niches as well. Pug, oh, that's not a pug. But, pug t-shirts. You can start doing things like pug bracelets. Just put random things at the end of it. Pug bracelet, pug necklace. I probably haven't spelt that right. See, there we go. Not really in my criteria, but if we go orders, should come up with some good ones. See, 1700. This one's another one. This is a different dog. Oh, it's a pug as well. 1700, right? So you see what I'm doing? I'm not just putting a bracelet, I'm putting in specific dog breeds here. We're going to go pit bull, which is kind of like, I think everyone does this one. Pit bull. We'll do pit bull necklace again. See what comes up. Boom. There we go. Not really in my criteria, not hot products anymore. These used to do very, very well, but not so well. So we could try a beagle. Beagle. Orders. And this one's, we know it's selling, not a lot though, but it's still good. Still good. You can do phone cases. So I think you get the idea. I think you do. It's important to just have your criterias, whatever they are, and stick to those criterias. And then we've got the LED truck lights. We've got wine, which would be like what I was showing you before. Wine. We'll just put in wine. See what it comes up with. So it comes up with these crazy, see, it's the same thing as before, this little rude wine cork thing, right? And it's got heaps of sales, so it solves a problem. It's funny, it's got a little bit of humor to it. Perfect product, perfect product. So you see what I'm getting at here. What I want to do now is actually show you another website I use called View Count. So View Count is another way you can kind of cross-reference the product. So let's just say novelty bar tools. Novelty bar tools 1. I'll just copy something from here. I don't know if it's going to show up. But this will cross-reference it on eBay, and it's going to give us an idea of how many watches it has if it shows up. Right, so past sales it's not very popular. No, I normally like watch count. Really, it's pointless to me. I don't really think it's necessary, but it's a good way to just cross-reference. So it's not very popular on eBay, but it's popular on AliExpress. So you kind of just take that into consideration when you're doing it. But one I found the other day was that a fire starter, which is what I'm actually using in our SEO module. Fire starter. If you put this into the Flint Striker, if you put this in the watch count, you'll see that it's quite popular on eBay. See, they sold 4,500 watches. So you can just kind of cross-reference. If you just want to double-check that it's actually selling, go to watchcount.com, cross-reference, and just think, oh, if it's usually selling good on eBay and AliExpress, then you've definitely got a winner. If it's selling well on AliExpress and not on eBay, that's not too bad. You can still try and sell it, but you might be a little bit harder to try and sell. But let's be real. Stats and numbers don't really matter as long as you can try and get it to sell. But if you do find the products that are already selling, you're taking a shortcut. You're cutting out a lot of research, and it is a big help. So we'll just do a quick run through. Make sure you have your categories set out. So I had cars, and we found something in trucking. We found some LED lights, which I might actually put this in watch count as well and see what we come up with. Just go for your passionate niches. So just go over my criteria, which we'll have a look in a second. What's going on here? Slow internet. Alright, so it's loaded but come up with some weird ones. Here we go here. So this one, this LED bar, 2,000 watches, 2,000 past sales. What else we got? It doesn't have any of them here, but you get the point, right? Here we go. Here's some more. So 1,000 past sales, 1,200 watches, 1,200 watches. So that's really it. That's how I do my research. Just have your subcategories, have your criterias. Mine is it selling? Does it solve a problem? Is there passion? Here's some examples of those as well. And then these are 2 of my winning products. And this is my 3rd one where I talk about the viral effect. The viral effect is kind of, you can't control if that's going to happen, right? But if these are just indications. If you start to see it happen, just let your advert run. Seriously, just let it run, which we'll talk about in the Facebook module. But let it run, because you might miss a chance of it going viral. When it does go viral, you'll start to make a ton of money. So that's how I find my niches. Let's move on to the next video, and I'll show you how you can spy on the competition.